everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you all are here. Like, really glad. Let me just give you an update basically on what's going on. So, I look so good, and I feel even better because of God. I only look like this because of God. That's it. Like, He is really doing His thing, and it's because I have not given up on Him and who He is to me. Like, I guarantee you, like, this year will not be the same year. I will not be leaving the same way I came. I just won't. Like, I can already feel the difference from my first year of college to now. Like, there's no way that I'm the same person that started college. And it almost brings me to tears, but it's not going to because I just really am so proud of myself and admire my growth. Um, and how far I've came. Like I haven't given up on God, and I have not given up on myself because I'm like God. I'm not giving up on myself. I'm not giving up on me. Like I have been through everything with me. Do you think I'm going to give up on me? And do you think I'm going to settle? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna ask anybody for no bare minimum. I'm not gonna ask nobody for nothing that should be basic things. You know what I mean? So if it upsets you, it upsets you, and it's just gonna have to upset you. So I guess we're just both gonna have to be, you know, in that space of moving on. Cause I am, baby. I am. Cause God got something like in the books. He got something in the books for me. Like for real. Like he really does. And I'm excited. And this is one of those books. And I get to share and pour into you ladies over the screen about, the joy that comes from God. Like living for God is not always going to be the easiest. But when I tell you, like, there is no better ROI than having God in your life. Like, there's no better ROI. Like, people will visibly see a difference in you and they're going to despise it. And it's going to be their problem, not yours. Like, I got told the other day by someone in my proximity, not in my circle. They're not in my circle, but in my proximity. Dang, well, what happened to you? You are not like the old so and so. And you're right. I'm not like the old anything. And this is the me, the real me. And if you don't like it, oh well, I'm not for you and you're not for me. And I just want something I'm learning myself is to make people feel uncomfortable. You're going to feel uncomfortable in my presence, but you're going to tighten up in my presence. Like you're going to have to come respectfully. You're going to have to be respectful. You're going to have to be mindful of what you say and how you say it. You're going to be mindful of what you do and how you do it. Simple as that. Like, I don't. When I tell you, like, I do not have the time and or the wherewithal to continue to deal with ignorance. I don't. God has boiled me down so much. Like, and when you think of the analogy that I'm using, boiled down, heat, heat. God has put heat on me so much that I am no longer responding how I used to respond. I'm not reacting. I'm not giving people that energy because to be honest, I need that. So why would I give it to you for free? I'm not giving it to you for free. What do you think this is? Like no. Like that's ridiculous. So that's neither here nor there. Like I just I'm proud of myself because I've became more comfortable with allowing people to leave my life. The same way you walked in willingly is the same way that you're going to exit willingly. Like the door is open for you to enter and exit. Simple as that. And what I noticed about some of the women that I really wanted to mentor me, you know what I mean? That I really, really wanted to mentor me. You know, maybe God has other plans for me. I have no clue. Like I really have no clue. And to be honest, I'm really excited to see where he takes me. Um, because I'm not doing this on my own strength. This is God. When you look at me, you're gonna see the strength and the refinement and the power of God through me. That's just what it is. You're gonna see it and you can't deny it. Like it's undeniable. Like, if you go back to the beginning of the channel till now, like, it's undeniable. And nobody knows the real behind closed doors. Like, nobody knows that stuff. That's between me and God. Like, the real, that's between me and God. Like, nobody knows that stuff. And I'm grateful that He allowed me the space. And I'm grateful that it was God that allowed me to be able to like realize that, okay, I need to confide in you. I need to make sure that I'm seeking you out, you know. And the word for November, this is October right now. So the word for October this month was discipline. The word for November is consistency. That's the word that we're going to have for November. And as you know, November is my birthday month. And I got some things cooking up. I'm not really gonna do anything too crazy, anything too special because it's 20, and I'm just grateful to even be alive and see another day. That's really the blessing for me. That really is like the blessing. Like, it really is a blessing. So I'm grateful that I even get to see 20. Praise the Lord. Yeah, I got some flyaways, but whatever. Nothing is ever gonna be perfect, and not even me. Even though my hair looks amazing and it looks like it just came out of a box. No, that can't even be perfect, which I'm okay with. Like, there's so much beauty in imperfection. Like, so I just want to really give you guys some encouragement that it does get better. Like, it really does get better, and I'm grateful that those words are even coming out my mouth. You know what I mean? And another piece of knowledge, and just knowledge and gems that I want to give to the girls: don't drink poison just because you're thirsty. Probably like, what does that mean? Don't drink poison just because you're thirsty. Like, there are other sources of refreshing, life-giving, warm, um, positive, loving. There are other loving sources. So don't drink poison just because you're thirsty, because you're never that thirsty. Right. So I want to say thank you all for just watching. I really hope that don't drink poison just because you're thirsty really, really helps somebody, because I get that as women, sometimes we get a little lonely, and there's nothing wrong with being alone. I think that being alone and really discovering yourself and who you are, that's the biggest gems and joys that you have in this lifetime, to really become your true, authentic self, to really allow God to refine you into who He already created you to be. Like, you were already that. I just feel like when we come here, everything happens. So we're just like trying to figure things out, whatever, whatever. And then, life happens, and, things happen. And the only way to get back to your original state is to come back to God, and it's to stay with God, not just to come back, but to stay, to live there, to set up shop there at His feet. There's no good thing apart from God. You can have nothing apart from God. So to the people that you think are getting blessed and having it and all these things, you got to remember, is that from God? Like, you got to remember that, because the devil bless people too. So you got to think about it too. Who is blessing you? When you look at your life and the fruits of your life, the fruits of your behavior, the fruits of just your responses, the fruit of your temperament, long suffering, like, look at the fruits of your life. What fruits do you exhibit? Those are the real gifts. They are the real gifts. Like, those are things that nobody can take away from you, baby. They're not given from anybody. They're only given from God, the person that created you with love, with intention, and with purpose. Like, nobody can take that from you. That is yours. That is your birthright. So I just want you guys on the other side of the screen to understand that, God created you with intention and with purpose and with love. You are created with love. Like, you are created with so much love. He designed everything on you, from your eyebrows to your eyes to your nose to your teeth to your hair to your earlobes to your mind. Like, there is literally no flaw within you, because God created you. God made you. So when you look at yourself, remember that you're looking at something that God made, baby. Like, You're looking at something that God put his hands on. Not just put his hands on, put his heart in. You know what I'm saying? So don't ever feel discouraged about like, you know, where you might be right now, because when you surrender yourself to God, only God can bring you out of that. Like only God. There's no other way you can get out of it. And you can't do it on your own strength. Because when I tell you, I realized like, okay, like I'm like, am I like I realized I was trying to do stuff on my own strength, and God was reminding me like, I have you stop trying to fight me, because the more you try to fight me, the more frustrated you're going to be. I'm just like, I don't want to be frustrated. I don't want to be upset. I don't want to be mad. I don't want to be none of those things. Like I just don't. So I'm just like, you know what, God, I'm not fighting you no more, because I just not gonna do it. I just not gonna do it. So yeah, just surrender yourself to God and really just really reel in to him. Really pull yourself back to him. You can lose everything, but you can get it again. But if you lose your relationship with God, you got to start from ground zero. And sometimes that's what it takes to really rebuild your relationship with God, is starting from ground zero, learning how to crawl before you walk. That's what it's going to take for, the relationship with God to be how he intended it to be, authentic and pure and honest. Like sometimes your words mean nothing to God. You know why? Because he knows what you really need. And so when you tell him what you think you need, he takes it into consideration. He does. But that doesn't mean that's what you need. But you know what he does do? You know how proactive God is and how much he loves us. You know what he does do? He searches your heart for what you really need, what you're really longing for. He does that. He really does that. So he's that proactive that he wants you to have the best of the best, that he will go in your heart and figure out what it is that you need. He already knows. Even before you know. He knows before you know, which is so interesting. And so I just really want you guys to remember that God is for you. And if God is for you, who can be against you, baby? Nobody. Nobody can be against you, because that is God's intention. Like God is for you. I feel as beautiful as I look. And I know that's not an everyday occurrence. So what I'm gonna say to well, it really is an everyday occurrence. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, because even without the makeup, I feel good, because it's just like, dang, like God did that. Like I can't even sit here and lie on this screen. Like I can't. Like I do be feeling good, even when I don't like have the best like attitude in the moment. I look at myself. I be like, God handcrafted me. Get up. God handcrafted me. Get up, girl. What are you doing being sad? Like God handcrafted you. Like, y'all. Like, what? 2 days ago, I told God I was gonna stay in the bed for 3 days. And he was like, nah, get up. I got something for you. You cannot stay in the bed. You cannot stay in the bed. He said, yeah, all right, we'll see. I'm like, oh, that's how you coming. Okay, God. Okay, God. All right, all right, all right. I will be obedient in your instruction and what you're asking and telling me to do. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna collect myself. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Like when God asks you to do something, don't wait. Cause I'd be like, okay, God, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. It's like, can I get a second? I'm gonna do it. He's like, what did I tell you to do? Do it. And then I thought in my head, like delayed obedience is still disobedience. And that's not good, because you gotta think about it. Ooh, I'm preaching to myself right now. Because when I was telling him, okay, God, like I'll do it, I'll like I wanna get better at listening to him the first time. But my action didn't say that. Does that make sense? So And I'm glad that I'm having this conversation. Accountability is so real. So I waited, and that's not what I want, the end goal in my relationship with God. So why did I do it? I should never did it. So Lord, I'm repenting right now. So what I'm saying to y'all is, look, if you want something, there are steps to get it. And you got to do the steps. You have to fight your default. So that me telling God, okay, that was a default that I have to now. I'm now made aware of it. So now I can't say I don't know, because now I do know. So now I can't say I didn't know, because you just told yourself. You're looking at yourself and you just told yourself. So yeah, try with somebody else's boot thing. So yeah, I do know. So now I am aware of it, and now I can't say like, okay, I didn't know this. You do know this now. You do. So now that you're made aware of it, move better. That's all you can do, right? So, ooh, I look like so gorgeous. I look like something from out a movie. Anywho, anywho, I'm just like, y'all, man, God is good. Like, the joy that I have is not from me. This is from God. Like, you're experiencing God's joy, like, through me, for real. Like, ooh, ooh. Like, I really hope that, like, you guys understand how real this is. So as I continue to walk my walk with Christ, I'm definitely going to keep you guys informed and really just update the girls on, the Bible studies that I've been doing. If you know, my testimony is on my page. I've been transparent from the get-go about where God has taken me, what God has saved me from, and where God has taken me right now. And you're actively on a journey to see what God is going to do. So, not just to see what God is going to do, but also to see who he is. Like, you're gonna see who he is, how faithful he is. Like, you get to see this firsthand. So I'm just really so excited. And I am just in love. I'm in love with the fact of how much that I'm loved. Like, I'm loved, y'all. You're loved, y'all. Like, y'all are loved. Realize it, receive it, because you're loved. You are loved immensely, like beyond your control. You're loved. So I really, really, really hope that this video encourages and inspires somebody, because to be honest, like, don't ever forget that you are an heir to Christ. Don't ever forget that. Do you know what an heir is? A child of royalty. So behave like it. Sit up like it. Because you are it. Like, don't let anybody try to knock your crown off your head, baby. That's your crown that God gave you. And when all this is said and done, he gonna give you one. Trust. So keep your head up. Keep your faith and your feet planted in God's word. And I guarantee you, man, God is gonna come through how he does. If you don't believe me, open your Bible. If you don't believe me, look at my testimony. Like, I can like bless y'all with something right now, and I'm gonna do just that. So when I got into school, to college, mind you, I have a sole parent who's a main parent. So I see how hard this person works. And I really do honor how hard they work, right? So in my mind, I was thinking like, okay, like, this is the only person that's really providing for real. So how am I going to get a laptop? I literally didn't save any money at the time. And y'all, the financial journey that is coming up for us is so great, because it's going to really like, it's gonna do some wonders, bro. It's gonna do some wonders. Like, like, y'all, I'm ecstatic about, like, I'm ecstatic. So back to the story. So I was like, how am I gonna get a laptop? Because to be honest, I was just enjoying being a teenager. I didn't really, do anything. Like, I had a massage membership that I paid for every month, $80. Like, that was part of me learning how to be responsible when it came to a bill. I only paid for one bill. Everything else was expenses. So, anywho, back to the story. So I was like, dang, how am I gonna get a laptop for school? Like I had all these concerns and all these questions. Like I don't know, even know how I'm gonna get a laptop, but I never said anything. I didn't even say anything to the main parent. I didn't say anything because I wanted to figure it out myself. So I didn't even pray about it. I don't even think I prayed about it. I genuinely don't think that I prayed about it. It was just a concern, like a worry that I had at the time. And God came through, bro. Like God gave me more than I expected to even have for school. Now I have something like that I take with me that I cherish. Like it's different when you don't know where it's gonna come from, but somehow God shows up. Like it. But not only did God provide, baby, He showed out. Okay, like even though this is monetary stuff, it don't mean much, but it's the sentiment behind the stuff that it means something to me. So like even my pen, can you see this? Can you see this? My pen has my name on it. My iPad has my name on it. Like everything like engraved. Like and I was like, I didn't know God was gonna show out like this. But that's why when I say like you don't have to say words, you don't have to say words. He gonna show up like he knows exactly what you need, which I think is so interesting. So like trust that he has you because when I tell you he does, he really does. Like he really does. Like y'all, he really does. Like that's just one of the small things that I didn't even realize God was paying attention to me for. Like I didn't know he was looking at me like that. I didn't know that he had like eyes on me like that. That he was caring about, my my concerns. But now that I just brought this up, this really got me thinking like, okay, what I'm worrying, well, what I was worrying about, God is taking care of. It's so funny. Like, it's just funny. So count your blessings, y'all, and remember how loved you are. Count your blessings, baby, because look, there's only one God, baby. There's no other God like him. There's only one God. And he created you, he created me. So trust, he knows exactly what you need and at the time that you need it. So don't rush, be patient, and just let him be God. Let him be God. Like he's going to show up. So I want to say thank you for watching this video. Take heed to what I'm saying because everything that I'm giving you all and telling you all is something that I had to learn. It's something that really helped me. Like you see where I started to where I am now. Look at where I am now. And baby, I ain't even reached the peak yet, but look where I am now. Like, what do you mean? Like, that's how good God is. So like, y'all, y'all, for real. For real. Like, God first, baby. God first. Everything else, everything else does not matter. Make sure that God is in the forefront of your life, in the center. Like, let him be him. So I want to say thank you for watching. I really, really enjoy you all so much. I really love like pouring into you guys through the screen. Like, I really love it. So I really hope that you all just continue to be outstanding women and men of God. I pray that you all just continue to have a hunger for God's knowledge and a thirst for his word and his presence. So thank you for watching. I love, 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 love you all. So have an amazing and beautiful and blessed day, my people. So see you. Love you. Wait, let me click this on. Y'all know how the outro go. Love you.